Alright, welcome back to the guide. Today we're finally going to do Volcano Manor. Well, we're going to start it. We're going to do pretty much all of it. Not finish it, but most of it. Now, I've explained this at some point in the guide, but now that we're here, we've met a lot more NPCs, progressed their quests, explored the surrounding areas, all that good stuff. And I can be a lot less vague, and this explanation should make more sense to you than it would have way back when we could have technically first come to Volcano Manor. I considered continuing to wait until we could truly finish it before coming back to start it, but honestly waiting that long is just overkill, and like I was just saying, I can be clear enough with the explanation of what not to do that it'll be a lot more obvious how to not accidentally lock yourself out of the questlines. So, the central NPC in Volcano Manor is Tanith, the woman in white sitting over here. She's going to give us a series of assassinations to carry out on behalf of Volcano Manor, which will take us to Limgrave, Altus Plateau, and finally Mountaintop of the Giants, which is the area right after Lanedell, so it's finally coming up fairly soon. There's also personal assassination missions to carry out for individual NPCs around Volcano Manor that unlock as you do these main ones, but those are the main three that Tanith gives you to do for Volcano Manor. On top of the assassinations, we also progress the questlines for Raya, Knight Bernal, Patches, and Dialos in Volcano Manor. They all make appearances here. The problem is that anything NPC or quest related in Volcano Manor pretty much gets locked once you kill the final boss, Rykard, because everyone in Volcano Manor will leave after he dies. There's two ways to get to Rykard. One is to complete all three of Tanith's assassinations, and at the end, Tanith will explicitly invite you to go meet her lord, and the other is to venture through the Volcano Manor dungeon until the end, where you'll find another entrance to the boss fight. So, basically, just don't go kill Rykard until you're done with everything else inside the manor, and you'll be just fine. Now, before we even start the quest, let's head upstairs, and there's going to be some loot for us and an invader. Let's grab a Smithing Stone 6 here, and then wait a couple seconds, and you should get invaded by Inquisitor Giza. Skill issue. And you kill her to get Giza's pizza cutter. Fun weapon. And then hop back downstairs, and we can speak to Tanith to kick things off here. And join Volcano Manor. I should also mention that doing this questline and working with these guys will not have any consequences later on, despite the fact that this is obviously not like the good guy headquarters, and the line about rising up against the Erd Tree you'll hear around here. You're not going to meet any NPCs later, or existing ones for that matter, that will have a negative reaction to you joining the manor or anything like that. So she gives you the drawing room key, which we take over here. Go down to the second door on the left. And we're just going to speak to all the NPCs inside, starting with Raya. Okay. And now Bernal. It doesn't matter how you reply to him. Again, despite the weight of his words and Tanith's, there are strangely zero consequences for doing these quest lines. It really doesn't feel like that was the original intention by the developers, but, you know, just how it is, so. As usual, Dialos is just yapping. Alright, his dialogue is exhausted, then check the table, get the letter from Volcano Manor, and the recusant finger. So just picking up the letter will mark the location you need to go to on your map, right over here in red. But you can always read it in your inventory too if you want an extra clue. And last thing before we leave, just go back and rest at the Grace, because joining Volcano Manor and then resetting the area will move Patches into this front hallway, and he will become a merchant again for us.
Well, I don't believe it. Here I thought, all good though, we'll do good. Oh, Patches important.
You can also choose about patches for a bit of dialogue.
Even I've never seen a
And he's got his usual supply of stuff, so
try to find it.
once that's taken care of, warp over to that red marker, go to War Master's shack. We'll ride north, follow this path towards the Colosseum. And right around here, you'll see a summon sign to invade Old Knight Istvan. Down he goes. You get a rune arc and a furl calling finger remedy, and then when you get back to your world, he'll drop the scaled armor set for you that he was just wearing. They're all going to drop a rune arc and the finger remedy, so I'm just going to not read that off every time for my own sanity. But once he's dead, warp back to Volcano Manor. And we'll speak to Tanith.
That is the task. You will become. If you are lured, you must leave. This is a. We have no. You. I am. This is.
Get the magma shot sorcery for finishing that. Now, after completing that first assassination, we're going to speak to everyone in the drawing room again. Raya's questline should properly get underway.
It just isn't. So like. So like.
And then Bernal again.
Why not add?
And he'll sell a couple new Ashes of War that he didn't have back at War Master Shack and Limgrave. Got the Ash of War Eruption and Assassin's Gambit. And don't forget to choose Talk one more time to exhaust his dialogue.
All you can do. Well,
And every time we complete an assassination, we want to keep checking in with the Alice too. Just make sure that you're exhausting his dialogue specifically, so that he eventually moves to his next location. And then on the way out, letter from Volcano Manor, and we can go out and talk to Patches one more time as well, because now that we have completed the first main Volcano Manor assassination, he will also give us his own target. A letter to Patches there. I think this one you have to read to get it to be marked on your map. That's the Volcano Manor one. No, it's there too. Okay. So let's see. After you talk to everyone, we'll go rest one more time. And then go unlock the second door on the right across from the drawing room. And talk to the serpent.
I'm afraid.
To find out that this is Raya,
Oh, how dreadful.
now in her true form and named Zarias.
Please forgive, understand, lady. I am told that my mother. I am a people of, but you are not. My secret. Now I share the. Please keep them. My secret.
All right.
Now I share the secret.
Exhaust your dialogue and then go speak to Tanith.
Now I am.
And select the Zarias' form option.
Well, then perhaps. But please, her true visage belies honestly. Please, her true.
Alright. Now go back to... let's start with this one actually. Go to Old Altus Tunnel. Carry on with the assassinations. Careful when you turn around. Not saying that I've forgotten that there is an empty elevator shaft there before and fallen to my death, losing runes and a rune arc. But it could happen, is all I'm saying. Alright, now outside we'll just cut over to the left and start kind of running over towards Shaded Castle. Find another summon sign here. Bade Riley the Idol. He's got a dagger and crossbow bolts that build up Scarlet Rot, so that is truly unfortunate. You just jumped over me. That's crazy. So once he dies, get the usual rewards, and then go back to your world. Get Crepus's Vial and the Black Key Bolts, another stack of them at least, and then warp over to Magma Worm Makar. Turn around, you'll find Tragoth Summon Sign. He has a whole lot of poise, so don't try to trade hits with him. If that backstab landed on me, I would be upset, quite frankly. And he will get you the Bull Goat set, which has, like I was saying, insane poise values. And then warp back to Volcano Manor. Collect our rewards for those contracts. Get the Serpent Bone Blade from Tanith. And she'll tell you about Rykard a bit. Alright, and then once her dialogue's exhausted, go speak to Patches. The request is done, and he says that he'll tell Tanith about our success, which he won't. So, we rest. And then we go demand our reward from him.
Hello. Sharp. I was just holding. Here you go.
Get the Magma Whip Candlestick, and then over to the drawing room, of course. Check the table for the red letter, which is going to be our third and final target from Lady Tanith, but as you can see on the map, this one is not really in reach within our reach at the moment, but that's fine because that last that is the last step before Tanith will send us off to Rykard, and we don't want to do that anyway because we have quests to finish up here. So let's talk to Bernal again, and he'll give us 2 targets, which he'll actually help with because we have to fight them at the same time. And then check in with Dialis again, and he should be in like a frustrated state here, head in his hand. Say something about how he's a fool. If not, just like I was saying earlier, make sure you've exhausted whatever his current dialogue is, and we'll be back here again. So you'll be able to talk to him again. If he did have the foolishness line, resting should send him on to his next location, way back in Jarburg in Liurnia. And then also go across the hall to find Zorias in human form again, exhaust her dialogue. And then go back out into the hallway, turn left, and open the next door down the hall. There's also a like phantom guy that'll appear at the end of this hallway sometimes and like talk about you needing to kill the great serpent or something. He's not like important for any quests or anything like that, but he does have like a couple of like 2 appearances I think, and he has different dialogue both times. I'm honestly not entirely sure what the trigger is, but if he's down there, go ahead and talk to him if you want. But anyways, grab that perfume bottle, illusory wall here. I'm gonna throw on a lantern. We'll run down here, take out these snails. And before we go downstairs, keep going through the hallway for a second. Grab the Nomadic Warriors Cookbook 12, Illusory Wall, Depraved Perfumer Carmen. New ashes for us. And then we'll retrace our steps and go down that staircase. Sneak up on the Bloodhound Knights. Grab the fireproof dried liver he was guarding, get the Bloodhound claws from him, and then keep going down the hallway till we reach the Prison Town Church Grace. And then you can open these doors here to access the proper Volcano Manor dungeon. And just stepping outside here is the trigger to move along Raya's quest line, so warp back to Volcano Manor. And we can tell her what we saw.
This it entered the perhaps if you discover. Really? Oh my lady, was I not whom by the was I not whom by the
Alright, so once her dialogue's exhausted, go back and talk to Tanith.
If you cannot,
About Zarias' troubles.
that some think about it, what matters. That some things are. That some.
Okay. Now warp back to Prison Town Church where we just were, and we're going to clear out Volcano Manor now. Since we can't reach Tanith's target yet, Raya's quest depends on an item farther into this area, and Bernal's targets are in Lanedell, which we'll do right after this anyway. There's no reason not to clear this out, basically. So step outside, go down to the right, kill this man serpent. These things can be kind of annoying, because they do that whole stretch thing. The main thing you want to watch out for is when they kind of reel their head back and try to bite you. There we go. See if I can bait out that attack. That one. If that hits you, it's a grab attack and it will poison you. I mean, I guess maybe not if you like have stacked immunity stat for some reason, but any character I've ever played through this game on, basically, just by default, I do not have enough immunity to withstand that, so I assume it always poisons you. But anyway, they're also like immune to fire damage, which is annoying as well. I'm gonna take these guys out. The dog's back there just guarding a furl calling finger remedy, so, you know, not worth the trouble of fighting 2 dogs. I'll quickly run past here, but not quick enough. Round the corner, hop up on this roof to the left. And all the way on the highest section of Smithing Stone 6. And then we're going to drop down like 3 times here to get to the ground level. Check in here. I don't think anyone's following me. Get the Erd Tree seal. Take this guy out. Omen Killer still somehow doesn't see me. So I guess we might as well try to sneak around for the backstab. Alright, well, we tried. What am I stuck on? These little ghoul dudes will throw poison pots at you, which is super annoying, so always take them out as quick as possible, honestly. I'm getting staggered so bad, and the dog found me. That was like a full-blown stun lock a second ago. I could not roll out of that. Alright, so he'll give us the Great Omen Killer Cleaver, which probably will not be the last one we get. To grab all that stuff, go down this little hallway over here. Might be 2 dogs in here, but one of them rushed us. And then for this part, you can try to make a running jump to this broken staircase up ahead. If you miss, it's no big deal. It's just a stone sword key, as you'll see here. We made it. But you'll have another opportunity to try that in a second. But whether you make it or not, we're going to drop down here and follow this path to the left. There are a ton of little jars around here, but most of them usually don't really mess with me, so I'm not going to mess with them. It's pretty much just the one over here that's hostile. Grab a golden rune 9. Smoldering shield. You can hop over to this middle island, which I can't remember if those guys are usually hostile either, but taking them out either way. Get a smithing stone 6 and then hop back. Continue up this path to get up to this rooftop thing over here. Keep climbing this way. All the way up here. Be a couple dudes on this ledge. Wish I hadn't done that. And there goes my loot. But if you hop back over here, this is right where we were. What was I gonna say? We made the jump to get that stone sword key. So you can try it again and just keep running that loop until you get it, I guess. If you really want the stone sword key. I assume if you miss twice, you're just gonna give up, because that's just sad at that point, you know? Run through this gate, kill him. This guy usually hops down, I feel like. There we go. And we're gonna go up the stairs and kind of backtrack to where that abductor virgin was patrolling around. There's gonna be a dog off to the left too. And then for this section, if you're like low on healing and stuff, you could totally warp back. We only have to kill a couple enemies a second time. I don't think you can get over here. I didn't think so. But let's see. There you are. I was gonna say, there's a teardrop scarab up there, but I was talking and he must have run away. Somber smithing stone 5 from him. Can't mount torrent, so sad. He can get over there. That's horrifying. But he definitely can't get back, so we're good now. Next we'll jump up here and deal with you. Yeah, usually if you run that route like quicker than I did, you'll be fine. You just, you know, hop over the roof, grab the teardrop scarab, and then jump back up and run past the abductor thing to get up onto this roof. It's not really too hard, but I stopped and talked for a bit. So from here, you can jump across, or you can go back up on this route up here to be safer, I suppose. Clear out this left path over here first. And then we'll drop down here in the middle. There's him and... Is there another guy around here? Can't remember. Oh, there you are. Grab that golden rune 5. And then we'll... Let's see. Wait for the poison. Start climbing to get up high where all these poison pot throwers are. Grab the golden rune 9, and then there's loot there as well. And ignore them. Where the golden rune 9 was, drop down here. And then one more time to get a smithing stone 5. And then we can drop down, go back through this gate again. And unlock this fog with a stone sword key. This enemy will just remain dormant until we get upstairs, but it can't reach you upstairs anyway, so... Just keep moving, you'll be fine. Crimson Amber Medallion +1. And next we're going to go back outside and cross the bridge over to the right. We just, yeah, wait for him to do something that you can easily get away. You can kill it if you want, I suppose, but not going to bother. But we'll just run over here. Roll through that guy if you're better at the game than I am. Grab the Albanarch Blood Clots. And then run in here over to the right and you can just unlock that door that he was guarding. Nice. And then we'll go circle around the side of the building. Another man serpent to deal with. Smithing stone 4. And then back around here there should be a ladder we can get up to the roof. And in this back right section of roof we can drop down to a ledge. And there's an omen killer inside just begging to be backstabbed. Grab the staff and mask there. Down he goes. Get another great omen killer cleaver. And then you can actually just jump through this, not that one. Where is it? This window over here if you want to land right by the next grace. Or you can jump over the, railing in the next room for pretty much the same effect. But we're gonna climb with this ladder. I don't know why they were so generous with like the shortcuts out of that room when you literally only skip like one staircase if you go that way. And if you do that, you pass by a couple of golden runes, some like decent ones, some 9 and 10 I'm pretty sure. There's a 10. Should have been more careful on that jump, but it worked out. Go back into this room. Clear these guys out. One more in the corner here. Some beast blood, and then we can go down the staircase over here. And underneath we got that golden rune 9. And then we are good to go through here. Take that guy out. And then there's like 4 exits to this room, but over here there's a grace, so we'll take that one. So I thought. That's just horrifying. Alright. Get that, and then in this previous room there are 2 like open doors that, well, I should probably rest actually. Getting hit kind of hard today. There's 2 open doors that'll go outside to like a balcony. There's a man serpent kind of walking around patrolling, and then some exploding great bolts to loot. So I'm just not even gonna mess with that. We'll go through the closed door instead. And over here to the right, down the ladder. And follow the building around to the right as well. Fireproof dried liver. Cross over, go up this little slope. To get up to this roof. Somber smithing stone 6. Hop up on this fountain. Golden rune 9, and then we'll jump over here onto this roof, the pointy triangle formation. I'm an architect, as you can tell. Over here, take you out. Smithing stone 6, and you can either drop down and cross the river here or backtrack if you really wanted to. And we will go up the stairs towards this big platform with all the cages on it. You could, if you wanted to, sneak through this like left path over here to get to a magma worm boss, but there's a shortcut just ahead, so we'll get that first. Guess I'll deal with you since I've been seen. There are 2 cages here that we can use as exits, but we'll take this left one. At the top, there'll be this black flame monk on the stairs. Just ignore him and sneak over here to the side real quick. There's somber smithing stone 5. And as for this guy, same deal as the magma worm. We're just gonna run past him to get that shortcut first. You can fight him if you're confident, but why risk it? And do not go inside that building. That is a significantly larger problem. Pun intended. Pull the lever to raise this bridge, which will give us a path back to the prison town church grace. Just through those doors over there, so you can rest up if you want. And then this guy can't really cross the bridge, so you can like cheese him with ranged attacks from here if you wanted to. Why did my lightning go off? Okay, okay. See how it is. Why didn't I heal? Dude, what's happening? Holy poise, dude. Relax. Alright, so he does respawn, but you can lure him back over here and just kill him using the same path, or if you come from Prison Town Church over there, you can sneak up and backstab him here. And then... Actually, let's hold off on that. We'll go deal with the magma worm first. Who can be kind of annoying, so I definitely would recommend resting if you don't have full heals. Come down here, and then down the next elevator. There'll be an item right here to grab, and that should summon the magma worm, and then I'm just gonna pull him over here to the land. Because if you recall, magma worms really like that charge and spew attack that he's doing right now. Magma gets everywhere. So we should definitely go where there's plenty of place to stand. Even so, there's still just magma literally everywhere. If you're going to summon, I'd recommend luring him over to wherever you're going to fight him first, otherwise the summon might just go chasing him out into the lava, and they'll just take constant damage from the burning, so... There we go. I deserved it on the last jump. That's crazy. You're just gonna go underground. He's gonna go into phase 2. I'm gonna take him into phase never again. Get a dragon heart. And then hop over here. That's not where I wanted to go. Do the backstep trick to get across the lava faster. And you get a smithing stone 7. And all of the other paths out of here just lead to areas we've been to already and cleared, so just go ahead and warp back to Prison Town Church instead. Rest up before the next boss. And then whenever you're ready, go into that building that was behind the Black Flame Monk and deal with another Godskin Noble. Now this fight, it's still awful, don't get me wrong, but I don't think this one is as bad as the one on the bridge we fought earlier in the game, because they're actually like pillars to hide behind and avoid his rolling attack. But realistically, that's a moot point because we're still just putting his ass to sleep. So cook up some sleeping pots, which we have 3 already. That's perfect. This one is going to have more health, I guess, so maybe you want more than 3, but I think 3 will be okay. Only needed 2, actually. Hop up behind him. He drops the Godskin Stitcher, super sick weapon, Noble Presence incantation, and then you get the Serpent's Amnion, which we will need to progress Raya's quest, and then grab the Grace, and we will do just that. We're back to Volcano Manor, and we'll go talk to Raya.
Was I not home, but
Give her the Serpent's Amnion.
funny. It's a pop. You have my gratitude. Thanks to you. I want one day.
Once her dialogue is exhausted, go ahead and rest, and she will disappear and move on to her next location. Go check her room if you don't believe me.
If you cannot
And then go talk to Tanith about Zariah's absence.
gone off in search, why won't she? May not is the man. If she have her to purge.
And she's going to give us the Tonic of Forgetfulness, very important quest item. Alright, and then warp back to the Temple of something. I forget. Igle or something? I don't know, dude. Go there. And then there's a elevator here. And all the way in the opposite corner of this building, way back over here, got a golden rune 9, and then we'll go outside. You can hop off this balcony. And there's a corpse with some smoldering butterflies here, and then you can farm these guys for more if you'd like. You can never have enough butterflies. Alright, so since we're walking here for a second, it's a good time to talk about that tonic of forgetfulness that we just got. So there are a few different outcomes for Raya's questline, one of which involves giving her the tonic when we meet her in a second, but that is not what we're going to do. Is there an item right? Why didn't I grab that? Oh well. So most importantly, just be careful not to give her the tonic. That's what you need to remember. It's the first option, so it's easy to do if you're not paying attention, but the tonic can also be given to Brother Corin at some point, which he'll refuse, but then not remember anything anyway, as if you did give him the tonic. It literally even stays in your inventory if you try that, so there's no way that he took it. It's very strange. Despite how many sad quest lines there are in the game and the limitless potential for being able to potentially stop your favorite character from doing something that results in their death or something similar, those are sadly the only two uses, which feels like a missed opportunity in my opinion. But more on that in a second when we get to those characters again. But you can jump in this tower behind the Iron Maiden if you want to just avoid it, but you will probably want to take it out because its blades can hit through walls and Raya is nearby, so when we talk to her, it definitely can and will one-shot her if it somehow swings its blade in there, so we don't want that. But anyway, inside this tower, go down this ladder. Drawstring fire grease, and then down here got some albinarics to handle. And then open up this cage for the Missionary's Cookbook 6. And then we can go back up to the top of the ladder. And open this door to go back outside. Kill this guy. And into the next tower. Deal with you. And off to the left here is a lift, which is a shortcut back to that last grace we were just at in the temple. So send that down and ride it right back up. Pretty much right back at the top here is where we can reach Raya. There's a little spot to hop off there you saw, but we'll be back for that in a second. But before we do that, just to be safe, like I said, go back, make sure that abductor is dead if you did run past it. And then let's see. What else can we do here? Let's hop over here before we go back to, or down to Raya. Get a stone sword key. This is where you could have hopped off a second ago. And then hop across. And here's Raya. So, like I said, it's the first option here, so it's really easy to pick, but I'm just going to back out of that for now while I explain the options just to be safe. So, 3 options here. Option 1, give her the tonic of forgetfulness, which will put her to sleep, and then after we kill Rykard at the end of this area, you'll find the Daedakar's Woe talisman in her original location inside the manor. That's option 1. Option 2, you just kill her right here and she'll drop Daedakar's Woe right here and now. And then option 3, you don't give the tonic to her, you just walk away, and then you return here once Rykard is dead, and she will have new dialogue, and after you reset the area, she'll leave behind the talisman and a letter as well, which says that she's going on a journey, which is potentially actually a good ending, in my mind at least. Maybe someone's made a lore video about why that's actually the worst ending, but I feel like that's the best ending, not knowing where she goes. And before you make a decision, you should also know that the Daedakar's Woe Talisman we're talking about here, its effect just doubles all of the damage that you take. Not the damage you do, you will be hit twice as hard by everything. It's essentially Elden Ring's Calamity Ring, so you're not exactly putting off the acquisition of something helpful. But no matter which route you decide on, that is the last official step of the questline. Aside from killing her on the spot, you'll just have to wait until Rykard is dead to collect the rewards. But with that, let's go finish up the last bit of Volcano Manor. So, let's go over here. Got a Teardrop Scarab. Somber Smithing Stone 5. And then the other exit to Raya's room over here. Climb up the ladder. I just realized I forgot something also, so once you get up here, kill this guy. And all these like nobles around here are pretty much harmless, but if you do kill them, they'll explode in like a poison mist cloud, which is super annoying, so be ready to roll away from them as soon as you kill them if you do feel like messing with them, which I don't. Come back here, we can drop off the side here. Crimson Tear Scarab, and then kind of just have to keep going. Drop down here. And down one more time, and this is where that shortcut back to the temple is, so here's where we fought the Godskin Noble. And here's that lift, so we'll take that back up. Oh, that was the wrong one. I'm dumb. Go down this other one instead. And you get the Commoner's Headband. Now there's going to be 2 of these man serpents in the lava below that you can see. And then, well, clear the rest of these guys out real quick. Just hold that thought for a second. Okay, so yeah, now between these 2 like platforms sticking out here, you can drop down, and this little archway below us, there you can go in there. There's a room filled with basilisks, and they're just guarding a somber Smithing Stone 6. And if you get overwhelmed by them and you need to like come outside for breathing room, what I was pointing out is 2 man serpents over here. Just be aware, so that, you know, they might aggro from behind. Don't let them sneak up on you. And then, yeah, I don't want to deal with that, but there's an item down there. It's not anything important to my memory. But you just circle around back to Raya's room and climb up the ladder again to get back up here whenever you're done with that, if you want to go over there. But moving on. Open these double doors. There's going to be a bunch more of those poison noble guys in here. I did not mean to backstab you. I'm sorry, man. take all them out to get the man serpent ashes, and then go up here, and there's going to be a couple more serpents. A more regular old melee one. And then this crazy mage one. Cool. And then back here, you will find a waygate, which will take us to Rykard. Do not use it. It's technically going to take you to a grace right outside Rykard's boss fight, and actually killing Rykard is the trigger for this whole place to shut down. So using the waygate by accident, it's not going to mess anything up on its own, but all that's down there is Rykard, and we're not done with this place just yet anyway, so basically using it right now would be a waste of time. Instead, we're going to turn around, grab this loot I forgot, and then go upstairs and dispel this fog with a couple stone sword keys. Lantern up, and you're in this super weird room with a bunch of cages and red candles. So immediately drop off to the right. This other red candle is. Go in here. And there's going to be an albinaric. Or sorry, you're a serpent. There's the albinaric. And then out here, get the dagger talisman, and then you can drop down to this level here. Get this rune arc, and then keep dropping down the cages to get to the bottom. No. Alright, so there are two exits to this room, only one of which has an enemy at the end, so first we will go this way. Get the Ash of War Royal Knight's Resolve and run up these stairs. And this door will lead us right back to the entrance of Volcano Manor, where Patches is sitting, so that's awesome. And then the other route, the other end here, creepy dark room. Yeah, Seedbed Curse, which is going to be our third one, since we did get one from Blackguard Bogart's questline. If you didn't get that one from his questline, you chose to save him, then this would be number 2. One more reminder that you'll need to hand in 5 to Dung Eater to finish his questline. And up here you'll find a balcony with an Abductor Virgin and a single, very infamous item, a Somber Smithing Stone 7. It's the only thing up here, so you don't need to bother killing an enemy. You can just run over here, loot it, and then drop down to safety. Now, this is infamous because, for one, it's a Somber Smithing Stone 7, which, as I pointed out earlier in the series, is kind of known for being disproportionately hard to come by early on compared to most of the other Somber Smithing Stones, even the higher quality ones, strangely enough. Back when we went into Lanedale and into the sewers, way before we otherwise would have been tackling Lanedale, I mentioned that it was the first place we could see a Somber Stone 7 and to farm an extra one there if you needed it from those crawling hands. They aren't rare per se, in fact we have quite a few on us now, but from a run and grab one to get overpowered early standpoint, it's definitely the most troublesome. Now this one in particular is especially infamous because it used to be the earliest one you could get. On release, there was a way to make a really specific jump from this wheel thing right here over to that ledge, but it got patched out, unfortunately. So the earliest Somberstone 7 you can get now is either still this one, but you'd have to go through the whole dungeon, which also requires killing that Godskin Noble just to start, and then going through the Lanedale sewers and getting the Dung Eater's Cell is another one. But just getting into Lanedale requires having 2 Great Runes and killing the Draconic Tree Sentinel outside, or doing Ronnie's questline up to the point that you give her the Fingerslayer Blade, which will unlock a waygate to Noxtella, where you can get one and then a couple more from the Lake of Rot just past that if you're feeling really brave. But just getting to that point requires killing Radahn to unlock Nokron, and then getting all the way to the end of Nokron to get the Fingerslayer Blade. So yeah, basically it's a huge hassle to get a 7 now. And I know a lot of people pop open the doors to this area from Prison Town Church, immediately see the stone up there, and just remember what could have been. Very infamous item. But that's going to do it for Volcano Manor now. We're like 90% done, but finishing it up requires getting to Lanedale, and then Mountaintops of the Giants to finish that last assassination so we can kill Rykard. Again, if you don't care about any of the quest lines here, you could have gone through that waygate that we just passed to go to Rykard that way. So you can kill him if you want, but if you want to do the quest lines, stop here, don't kill Rykard. I've said it so many times now, but that is the central theme of this episode. Just do not kill Rykard. But that is going to do it. I will see you guys next time for Dragon Barrow, and then after that we can finally get into Lanedale. So have a good one.